Welcome to Thelma FM Life Story Podcasts. In this episode with James Yorkston, we're taken back to a time at the end of the war when there were bonfires and singing in the street. We hear of attempting to camouflage the power station, difficult when the chimney was 60 foot high. Barrage balloons floating in the sky over Woods Park and using the air raid shelter as a slide. And then James goes back to his life in the Royal Navy and the Merchant Navy, looking after the Commanding Chief of Portsmouth and meeting the stars of the day in the British Legion Club. So sit back and enjoy.
So I was going to ask you about any memories of VE Day, the end of the war.
Well, you had bonfires and everything.
Was there a lot of fires?
Oh, I had bonfires. What was that? 5th? No, that's November, Bonfires Day.
Yeah.
VE Day, was it April?
You're close. I think it was the first week of May, I think.
Oh, aye, we set bonfires. When it came, there was bonfires all over the country.
Was it?
That night. Everybody was out in the streets singing because they could ken no hesitation.
No.
But not that we had any. I can't remember even if they. I remember the Germans did fly over the Forth Bridge. Kind of tried to get to the Forth Bridge, but we didn't see a lot of aeroplanes flying about like,
Yeah.
Because Turnhouse was there, and that was used as a RAF base. But really speaking, the words was nothing really. If you weren't in a hearty, you know, got nothing. It was we was reading it and seeing it in the papers or seeing it on the telly. Okay, you know, black and white telly. The battery radio.
Oh, right. Yeah, you'd be getting it all on the radio, wouldn't you?
Aye. I used to work in a wee shop, charged the batteries.
Oh,
Put the batteries on the charge them.
yeah.
Accumulators.
Aye.
And then you had the big square battery, went in the back here, with the stuck
I remember them. What were they? PP9s?
batteries. Yeah, you went in the back and you
Yeah.
stuck, and there was about half a dozen holes and you stuck
Oh,
your things
aye.
in, depending what colour you used.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember that the power station was
Portobello.
camouflaged during the war?
Portobello Power Station.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it was camouflaged. I can't
Somebody
remember.
was telling me that they
That
camouflaged.
covers out the basic buildings.
Yeah.
But the chimney was going to be 60
Yeah.
feet high.
Yeah.
How can you... They put camouflage over that and the chimney sticking in the air. Just shows you the mentality. You sort of... When the chimney was running in front of my nose.
Yeah.
The power station was straight out from Mitchell's Buildings. Kings Road, Mitchell's Buildings.
Did they have any barrage balloons up?
Aye, there was as far as balloons. They come up for the Woods Park at the back.
Oh.
We had a big park at the back, the Woods Park, and there was one at Kings Road side, and there was one at the Portobello side, two of them, with the balloons. I remember the war because, as I said, my uncles were all in it. But
Yeah, that's right.
when the sirens went, well, you go in the shelter. It's in the house. There was a shelter there, like, and it was like that. We used to use it as a slide.
Oh, God, right.
Yeah, we just was doing in the ground.
Right.
You're supposed to go down there when the sirens went.
Yeah, you didn't bother.
I didn't think if a bomb hit it, I didn't think you'd come out anyway, so it didn't make much bloody difference. As I say, writing's on the wall, it's on the wall, you can't do anything you like, it's on the wall. That's it. You've got a decimal point somewhere. Some people live longer than others. That's just pure luck, I guess. The ticket, or the way you act, the way you... There's lots of reasons, I guess, but I've enjoyed my life anyway. I've seen the world and got paid for it and everything, so... That's the only thing that gets up my guts when I talk about that, is my album.
It must have been pretty badly ripped up if you just threw it away.
Oh, I never got it back.
You never got it back?
No, I never got it back. They said they mislaid it, but later on they told me that the bairns ripped the pictures out, tore them up.
What a shame.
It had a lot of memories in it, a lot of... Oh, my Navy days and that.
Yeah.
Portsmouth, Fratton Park, Portsmouth football team.
That's right. Fratton Park. You didn't take to it then?
Didn't like Scotland at all. She couldn't understand how we all walked in and out of each other's houses.
Oh, it's a shame.
She couldn't understand that. It's the way you're living. Wait until you're invited in. It's me, Jimmy. Hi, just come in. Christ.
It would have been a lively place in your day, Portsmouth, wouldn't it?
Oh, well, it was a sailor sport, wasn't it,
Yeah.
man? What do you expect? And being the time of the year and that kind of.
Yeah.
And there was a army depot.
Was there?
And there was an army depot there too, Navy and Army. There wasn't any Royal Air Force. There wasn't a Royal Air Force. The Navy and the Army was in Portsmouth. When I catch all news and that, kind of send up flashes and that, I see things that brings back memories.
I will do.
Other than that, well, I didn't think I'd change my life. I've had a great life. I mean,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, I've had a great life. I might as well be everybody's joy, but I've done my best.
So when you were in Portsmouth for a while, did you manage to stay actually in the town, or did you always have to stay?
I used to live at Jill. I used to go to stay in her house at night.
Oh.
We went on when we could stay out all night and come as long as we were back on the base for 8 o'clock in the morning.
All right.
Because it depends on what shift. If there was 4 days, somebody did the breakfast, somebody did the lunch and tea and the evening meal. So we used to swap it about. It was a matter of just common sense. One of the guys, maybe it wasn't his turn to work, and he'd say to you, I need one off, go and I'll do your shift. Can we used to do that, so it worked out well.
Because you were looking after the top man, weren't you?
The skippers, I always got captains.
Yeah.
Funny that, I enjoyed what I'd done. I wasn't embarrassed with people.
No.
I enjoyed looking after Commander-in-Chief of Portsmouth.
Mm.
He was smart.
Mm.
The Royal Navy was a great life.
Mm.
As I said, I came out and I worked, but I think it was Portobello, but I'm positive it was Portobello Bottle Works.
Mm.
And I just took a walk up the tomb one day and I walked in, she says, Merchant Navy. I said, how do you get on boats? She says, well, you got any experience? I said, well, I've just come out of the Royal Navy. Woof!
Yeah.
Put your name down here, and I was away within 24 hours. That's when I started on the castle boats.
Yeah.
Those good old days. Seen the world and get paid for it, you can't beat that.
No.
After 13 weeks, she was getting all your tips. God almighty. I was a multi-millionaire. That's the stuff I used to bring home for my ma and that, and my brothers and my sisters. Stuff, perfumes they couldn't afford.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The whole duty-free stuff.
Cool.
It was a laugh for the duty-free stuff, because I used to come to, and the telescope gate to go where there was no stoppages. Stopped the guy 300 fags.
Jeez.
I'm 30 bob for 300 fags. Eh? We got issued 300 a month.
And you didn't smoke, so you were all
Never
right.
smoked. I always said that was my grandfather. I stole his woodbine, I smoked one, and I coughed and hooked and huffed. And it put me right off smoking. Best thing I ever done.
Certainly was.
And when you look what you're paying for a packet of fags now, God almighty, that was a week's wages.
Yeah.
A month's wages.
Well, yeah. Some of them are 7 or 8 quid.
Oh, Christ, I used to work for 30 bob a week. Big wages. But they went a long way.
Yeah. Because you wouldn't be, when you're on board ship, you wouldn't be spending anything, would you?
Oh, no. Oh, and there was an affy. You had the shop on the ship too. If you wanted any a wee delicacy or something, it was there. It was the naffy. The naffy, that's what it's called.
And when you were in the Navy, because you would have been on different ships, you would have seen quite a few different
I was
people.
on the Vanguard, I was on the Art Royal, I was on the Bulwark, I was on the Ronaldo.
The Ronaldo?
It's Miss Ronaldo. That was a wee frigate.
Right.
bulwarks were aircraft carriers. That was an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, big ships.
And one was a battleship.
Right. Good
life, seen the world. Well, nearly the world, but what I got 5 pay for doing it, so can't argue with that. I've seen places people will never see.
Well, that's right.
As I said, it's so it's my pet hate. Every time we're going to talk about it, having my album.
I know, because it does stir up the memories.
Oh yeah, well, you see a picture and you I remember the word I had there. Yeah, those things I used to do. We were a good crowd. It was good ship's company, actually.
Was it?
Aye. You had the odd man, but the thing got put into position, Ken. Yeah. The good always takes over for it. The bad have no chance.
No.
They get well warned. Because they did something wrong. Sometimes it hurt the whole shift.
Yeah.
The cab it down, pal.
Quite right.
Well, it was. I mean, if you did wrong, you got stoppage, you leave and everything. So you were well warned. People do silly things. Go out and get drunk and come back and the board half raking and.
Oh, jeez.
Bad.
Well, you've got to pull your weight, haven't you?
Issuing the rum tots, yeah. We tip in the bottle, kind of tip. I used to bring him a bottle game for my grandfather. He loved his navy rum.
That'd be every day?
Aye, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock in the morning, after breakfast.
Right.
Before you started your cleaning whatever job you were on, like right. If you were in the canteen, you cleaned the tables and cleaned the dressing rooms, and you looked after officers, you cleaned their rooms and all that. Okay.
No.
All routine. It was a doddle. There was nothing hard about the Navy. If you just kept your nose clean, if you were a steamer, you went to nothing worse getting stoppage, you leaving, you're in a nice place, everybody away there, out there coming back, oh great, you're stuck on a ship and you're kicking yourself for doing it, you see. So it wasn't always intentional, but you make a mistake and you got done for it. I wouldn't have changed my days. I'd go through it again. I enjoyed it. No married man's life. No, it's no married man's life. No. Sometimes you're away for 6 months, 9 months, 18 months. It's a single man's joy.
But you got married when you were in the Merchant Navy, didn't you?
Yeah. No in the Royal.
No.
And once I got married, I stopped.
I
didn't think I did any trips after I got married. I got letters sent me asking me to get in. I got letters for the castle boats. Yeah. They always kept me in touch with what was leaving, if they wanted me to in the cruise. I just had to phone up.
I bet you were tempted, weren't you?
Oh, quite a few times. I think I went away once and she went her nut. Wasn't the same, she says. You're no there, it's not the same.
Well, you're right.
I was the instigator of getting everything done. That was just, it was just with being in the Navy, Ken. I was a steward. I looked after officers. Then when I moved up the line to leading steward, I looked after officers and I organised things, and it was just part of my life, really. It wasn't I wanted to be better than anybody else. I could organise things. If there's galas, I'd organise a gala and everything and that at home. So, but it learned me a few things.
Oh,
I have no complaints, none at all. I maybe got some people's noses, but that was too bad. I couldn't be perfect. None was perfect.
I was amazed at that photo you showed me last week of Marty Feldman.
Marty Feldman?
In your house.
Nice, Marty. Well, that was when I used to do the club for the British Legion. I had other stars, and if they had no place to sew, I just said, you keep up with us, Ken. But he was a gentleman.
Was he?
It was. He said, I'm no used to this. He said, I'm used to living in a hotel. I said, if you're not happy, go to a hotel. He said, no. He says, it's like being in a family again. Ken. He was a nice fella.
Yeah.
Very nice guy. But
So what was his act at that stage? You've been doing comedy.
oh, he sung
Right.
and he took off people.
Oh, really?
He mimed. Oh, he was good.
Yeah.
He was really good. I enjoyed him.
Yeah.
I think he came. We had 2 seconds with him. He came back a
Right.
year later, did another show. Because his show always changed. I mean, well, there were different songs and all that, and his acts, he changed his comedian act and that.
Yeah.
But on the whole, as a person, he didn't use it as a leverage.
No.
Didn't have to.
No.
Because you walked in the pub, he made you laugh.
Oh, because he went to Hollywood in the end.
Yeah.
He was in films, didn't he?
I did that. As I said, if I had my album, I could have showed you photographs. All my photographs.
You said you had, was it David Whitfield you had?
David Whitfield.
Mm.
David Whitfield. Miner's son.
What was he like?
He was a pleasant fella. I find out 90%, I'd say 90% of people, entertainers and that, didn't flaunt themselves.
No,
But
no.
you'll get the odd one. Do you know who I am? Again.
Yeah.
I know who you'd like to be. Again, but no, as I said, I met a lot of stars. Can't remember them all. My album was, as I said, I could have rattled out and showed you proof of what I'm saying.
Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this podcast with James. You can find more like it on our website www.livingmemory.org.uk, or if you have a story you'd like to share, why not pop in and see us at the Wee Museum of Memory, Ocean Terminal, Leith, or at the Centre, Livingston. Until the next time, take care.